Yes, yes, yes. We are definitely in the building. It's your boy DJ Krome, aka Adrian P, aka Google Chrome, and I am here with the one and only JayShockblast, and you are listening to the Shockcast. What is going on, Jay?
Oh man, what is happening? JayShockblast here, and man, this is exciting. This is something that I've always loved, and honestly, Chrome here introduced me to. It's the world of podcasting. We've done the Shockcast here on my YouTube channel before. I think this is version 3.0, and it's usually just me talking blankly into a microphone with nobody. And it's weird for me to call you Adrian. I'm always going to call you probably Chrome, which
that sounds good too.
Like when people say your name, I'm like, who?
who is that?
Yeah, exactly. So like, I've always, like, you're probably one of my favorite people to work with, and I've always like wanted to get this going again, but never really known how to do it. We used to be a part of analoghype.com. You were one of the co-owners of it. Why don't you actually tell us a bit about that? That's how we met.
Sure. Analog Hype. Oh my goodness, the heyday. Analog Hype started off on the basis of podcasting. It was literally just a group of guys that wanted to podcast, and that kind of led to kind of getting into game journalism. And as the world probably knows, I hate writing, but I wanted to be in the gaming world, and Analog Hype allowed us to do that. That's my first forte. I think it was my main forte into gaming. Something that was just kind of a hobby. It kind of turned into something that was a full-time job, I guess you could say, which led to me going, free trips to New York, going to LA for E3, meeting celebrities, even getting articles in NBC and major news outlets. It was a really crazy experience. And it led to me meeting Mr. Shockblast himself right here.
I mean, some would even say that it's the reason I am in the gaming world and not the music world. We met through a mutual friend that I worked with, Bellick,
right.
Jason Bellick, and we were working at a company together, and I was doing photography at the time. Like, I was pretty into music photography, mostly heavy metal stuff. And, I was published in magazines, and, bands used my stuff on their albums and whatever, and books. Like, one guy used one of my photos, like, literally on his book. So it was pretty fun and amazing. I had to meet, like, so many of my favorite bands. But the people I was working with were never into it. Let me take that back. It was cool, it was cool in the beginning, and then like they slowly started to drift away from that type of thing. It was kind of a college thing, and then once college wasn't a thing, one of the guys is like a marine biologist at this point in his life. Nice. I think he's at like LSU or something like that, like as a teacher or whatever. So it's like these guys grew away from it, and I was the only one doing it, and it wasn't mine. So, like, when I became a free agent, I didn't know what to do. So, I always liked gaming, and I think, honestly, with Borderlands 3 coming out, I really think back to that group I used to play, hang out with at work. I found Borderlands at one of their parties, and, they were all playing it. I had never seen it before. It was actually... to be completely honest, it was on a modded Xbox, and it wasn't even actually out yet. So that's how I was playing it. And like the day it came out, I bought it. And like, so I've been thinking about that lately with Borderlands 3 coming out. And we just got to talking, and he introduced me to you, and the rest, as they say, is history. But we had a good run with that, man. Like, I didn't understand podcasting, and I loved that group of people. I mean, they were all amazing. We worked with like Khaled and Keem and Trey, Tezer.
Yeah, it was a lot of interchangeable characters. It was definitely unique.
Yeah.
There really wasn't anything like that out there, which is kind of why I was like, man, I see some of these new podcasts out there. I'm like, oh man, we were doing that 6 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, it's frustrating because we like we love podcasting, and we had so many like inside jokes that people are never going to understand, and save it for the podcast. And,
right.
Stuff like that, and like we just like it was so great, and it really kind of got me to transition to video gaming from music. And honestly, there's probably no JayShockblast without DJ Krome, if I'm being honest.
Oh man, don't say that.
Nah, I mean, like it's true. Like, I mean, all right, so maybe there's no JayShockblast without Jay Bellick. I hate to say that, but no, I love Jay. He's a good guy. But like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just think about it, and it's crazy how it all worked out. And here we are. And I think I've been thinking a lot about doing this. I've always wanted to do this. I've always been very passive when it comes to these things. I liked the idea of podcasting and doing the Shockcast a couple times, and I just didn't like it by myself. I needed somebody with me, and I'm the type of person that like waits for people to come to me and and be like, hey, do you want to work with me on this? And I've probably missed lots of opportunities that way. But this time I kind of initiated. I was like, dude, how do you feel about this? I mean, and I'm not even married to the name Shockcast. We could change that at some point. I think it's appropriate at the moment, but we might come up with something that I think is equal. Because I don't want anybody to think that this is my show. I've talked to Krome about it a lot, and this is our show. Whatever we do from here, we're gonna have it on iTunes, Stitcher.
All across the board, yeah.
MySpace, Friendster, like everywhere, everywhere you can do it. Like, do you realize that there's probably people that will listen to this that have no idea what Friendster is?
Oh my goodness! I do feel old when I hear it. It kind of makes me twitch a little bit. But man,
we have reached that point in our lives where we are the old gamers, and it's weird to me. Like I struggle with that quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, that's kind of been my, I guess you said, pros when Fortnite kind of started to get popularity, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a beast. I'm doing 360, no scope snipe, and I'm like, whoa, let's talk about Modern Warfare 2.
Right.
I was doing that in the park. I was doing that everywhere. Let me sit down. Let me tell you a story. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. I'm that old man now. I'm definitely that guy.
And it sucks because I think I'm like a few years older than you too, so it's like even worse for me. Like, I'm looking at 40 next year. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't understand it. So like, I don't know, man. Like, I think I really feel like I miss those days, and I think that situation had its own issues. I felt like at one point, I don't like, this is nothing negative to any of our friends that were a part of that may listen to this, but I think at towards the end it was kind of just me and you,
Yes, we were definitely taking the ball and running with it.
And there was then all of a sudden the third man in on the ownership group that showed back up out of nowhere and kind of, I don't know, like pushed me away. So
yeah. It seemed like he was pushing everybody away. But hey, sometimes that push is a good push. Sometimes
exactly. Because honestly, I would have never ever done Shockblast Media if he didn't like kind of make me feel like I had to.
Right.
And I think that was a good thing.
Yeah, it definitely was
in the end, and here we are. So like, I at this point, as of recording the video, I'm been doing YouTube now for 9 years, and honestly, I started the channel simply to be a place where I put trailers and stuff, so that I could show publicists, hey, look, my site is getting you this kind of traffic.
Yes,
you should work with me, And then I started playing Battlefield Bad Company 2, and I don't know, I was pretty good at that game, and I wanted to show
you were the tank, man.
I wanted to show my clips, and that's how it kind of evolved, and got a Haupage PVR, and we have since evolved to Elgato, and I do have to say thank you to Elgato for being very, very good to me. I am sort of sponsored by them in ways. They've provided me with great opportunity, and they are amazing. Honestly, like not just because they've sent me stuff and believe in me. I love their products. I think they're the best of the best. So shout out to Elgato.
I agree. I definitely traded up from my Hapaj, that brick that I had, the Hapaj PVR to an Elgato. So,
but you can even tell, like on my video evolution, like I went from like being that guy that like just had videos with no commentary because it was so complicated to put commentary in with that product. And I mean, I guess now it wouldn't be with stuff like OBS, but like back then. You know, again, we you and I feel like we come up from being, you know, back when this wasn't popular. This wasn't the thing everybody wanted to do.
Right.
So, what like, I don't know. What are your like thoughts when you just see how far this has come, like compared to like where we were when we were like, you know, kind of helping.
Getting
Atlas it up there.
Right. So the crazy thing about it is seeing how easily accessible things are now. Like the way someone can go pro, someone could, you know, stream easily. Like I'm getting back into streaming, hopefully sometime in October, and I'm not paying for anything. I'm just gonna do Mixer straight from my Xbox using I don't know if you heard of Lightstream.
No.
Lightstream is pure magic. So basically, Lightstream is a web app that allows you to put all the overlays that you would with like an OBS, and it does it all over the cloud. And I don't have to use, you know, like a Hopage or any type of game capture. I can do it straight from the Xbox, and it is magic.
Wow,
so
that's actually really good information, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty like I know some things about some things, but that's a first for me.
Oh yeah, and I guess you could say one of my big issues in my own personal life is that I like to help people, and I never take my own advice. And, one of our colleagues that we mentioned earlier, Keem, aka Stretch32, he wanted to get back into streaming. He wanted to get the band back together. Hey, let's get Analog Hype back together and let's become a stream team. And I said, hey, sir, you got to do it first. Because as we mentioned earlier, we kind of held the torch towards the end of the life of the website. So like, yeah, sure, I'm going to help you get started. And if you can be consistent, we'll see what we can do. Right. And, you know, he was complaining like, oh, well, I don't want to, you know, have enough money for the H260, I believe is the name of the capture card. And I was like, well, hey, let me see what you can do. I was like, oh, get Lightstream. You know, all you had to do is have a Mixer Pro. Subscription was only $9.99 a month. And it went from there. And now he has a road to get 50 followers on Mixer. He has an active community. People actually watch him every once in a while. So it's really cool. And I was like, wait a second. You know, if he can do it, I can do it. Anyone can do it. Might as well put my foot right back into the game. And that's what's been going on. Just kind of working on developing my own overlays. But it's easy. As I said, like it's so much easier. Before you had to have all that equipment. If you wanted to, you can just stream Fortnite from your phone. I know with Google Android phones, you can stream to Twitch with the Twitch app, your mobile games. And it's that easy. Just open up the app and hit stream and open up Fortnite on your phone. So it's very convenient when it was a struggle back in the day. Struggle.
Like, I don't think people understand, like, getting a Hauppauge, like, seems so obvious now. But back then it wasn't. Like, that wasn't a thing. That was like,
right.
What is that, you know? Like, what do you mean, a dazzle? What is a dazzle?
Oh, the dazzle.
You know, like, people did not understand, like, what it took to do it. And the hardware, like, the consoles, the PlayStations, the Xboxes, they did not have this option. And now all of a sudden there's, like, this whole generation of kids that are getting going. And they're like, what do you mean I couldn't? I mean, it's like, kind of like when we were on, you know, 360, the kids back then that are like, what do you mean, you know, you had 16-bit, you know?
Right.
Like, it's just amazing to watch the evolution. And, you know, it's kids today, man, they got it good. I can tell you that. Like, there were
definitely.
no free-to-play games? What is that?
Huh?
Well, let me tell you, free-to-play games are like the bane of my existence, though.
The time sink.
You know, here's the thing. Like, I think there's the segments. There's the whales, and then there's the free-to-play people. And the free-to-play people, to me, and I don't want to like make enemies in our first, first 15 minutes of recording, but like
drawing the lines.
They are like some of the worst people in gaming. They're like they
entitled.
just they just think they are owed everything. It's like, hey man, here's this opportunity for you to play a game completely free. You don't have to spend any money. So if you choose to play that way, you don't get to complain about the people that do. Like, I don't know, it's just that simple. And if the people that don't, then nobody gets to play. So like, I don't understand how like that rationale doesn't like sink in, but I don't know. Like, it's just it's a different world now than what world we started.
It is a very entitled world. When things are easily accessible, that's when everyone starts to become a little bit more easily entitled to everything. Because I got it right here. It's right here on my phone. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Right. So, but yeah, man, like, tell me, we'll do a little bit of introduction for those that don't know us individually. Tell me about Baby Krome and his evolution as a person.
Well, let's start all the way back. Born and raised in Miami, Florida. Some will call me the ultimate hustler, bootleg king, a bunch of different terms that I don't go by anymore. But yeah, I just had a love for gaming. A lot of people don't realize from a very young age, my dad invested in a company by the name of Micro Center, which was the GameStop before GameStop.
Nice. And
he would take me to one of the stores that was nearby to us, and that's back when Super Nintendo, you didn't have trailers, so you'd go to the store, beg for a game, and then you get the game, come home, and the game be completely trash,
right?
Or I just sucked at it. Like I'll never forget. It was Zombie Neighbors, I believe it was the name for a game on Super Nintendo, where it was literally like you had one life and that was it, and you had to start all the way over, and you had like a lawnmower. It was weird. It was a weird game, and I got so mad, and my dad's like, yeah, he's not buying me another game until I beat that game. So I had to beat the game, show him, and then I got a new game, and that was the process. So that was my first forte into it. Move on to college years. I lived in a dorm room that had a network connection, and that LAN connection led to me connecting with some people across the hall that was playing a game by the name of Halo.
Haha.
Halo 2 was coming out in a couple of months, which completely ruined my college career at the time. And everybody, I'm talking about everybody, went and got an Xbox to play Halo 2. Even the IT guy of the school, because he had to, you had to register your devices, the MAC address.
Right.
And he's like, oh, you got Halo 2? I'm like, of course I got Halo 2, man. And he's like, great. And we were all playing. We didn't need Xbox Live because it was all on a local network. And we were doing Halo 2 all night. People were skipping classes. Halo 2, that was it. Halo 2 tournaments. And that was what really kind of got me into gaming. Because when they said, hey, you're on academic probation, and I had to go back home that next year, I was like, hey, this gaming thing better turn into something. And that's when it started Analog Hype. A couple of years later, I'm going to LA for E3. And it was just kind of to the moon from there, man. Outside of gaming, I was kind of going with trying to be an IT guy. Kind of having gone to like Japan and kind of just being in this military lifestyle because my wife is currently in the Army. I've had to kind of do a little bit of freestyling here, and I've done web development, and web development's kind of been my moneymaker, and now has given me an opportunity to game a lot more and hopefully get back into streaming as much as I really want to, a couple of hours a day. So that's kind of what's been up with me. I have a baby too. She's crazy. She likes to kick me.
She's adorable.
She likes to dance. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'm awful. All right. So I don't mean to interrupt you, but like,
go for it.
It's in general. So this is like the ultimate compliment. I'm not a baby guy. All right. So like, friends, family, they post pictures of their kids. I'm like, all right, cool, it's a kid, So like, if I ever like something that you post of her, you should take that as the ultimate compliment, because, you've got that baby that I will give a thumbs up to or whatever. So like, no, like she looks like she's I hope she keeps you up at night. Like, I honestly do.
Oh yeah, she does.
And that
definitely does.
And that's the most Jay response ever too. Like, man, I hope she's difficult.
Oh yeah, she is. And the more and more, because of which I guess we'll kind of lean into sec, but that's what's kind of turned my gaming taste a bit after having a child. Because like, okay, I want to play Gears of War as much as I want to, but she comes home, I can't play Gears of War anymore. So I started like, okay, well, and especially multiplayer games, I was like, I can't do multiplayer because at any moment she needs my attention. So I've had to turn my interest into more of the single player games. But man, now that she's a little bit older, I've been playing Red Dead the past couple of weeks due to their the new update for the Frontier with the new roles and stuff like that. So I haven't really had to do a lot of the bloody stuff. I've just I've done some hunting, and she loves Old Town Road. That is her favorite song. So when she sees me on a horse and I'm just riding around looking for animals to hunt, and she would just start dancing and singing, and I'm like, I can't be mad at this. And I put her to sleep, and I go downstairs, I put the volume down, I put it in my headset, and hours later, she'll come down the stairs and just say, and look at the screen and say, "Daddy, riding on a horse?" I'm like, "Yeah, riding on a horse." Riding on a horse. Okay, come on. Right.
That's fantastic. My neighbor, it's funny, like, I just think about my neighbor, Greg and Alicia. They have a son, Spencer, that was born probably a few months, I don't know, like maybe within a year of me buying my house, and just watching him kind of grow up, and I kind of understand, like, because as an adult, I really haven't, I don't have any kids myself yet, maybe ever, I don't know.
Who knows? You never know what's in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something where like I don't know. I don't know how to really get into that, but anyway, but like, I don't know, like, I vicariously watching him kind of grow, it's been interesting to watch him like become an actual human. The other day was like National Hamburger Day or something, and my wife and I went to Red Robin, and as we were coming out, they were coming in, and all I hear is Jason, and like, as he's about to run across the street, like,
God,
and he run, like, there's no cars coming finally, and like he runs to me and like hugs me. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
So
words coming out of their mouth is so wild.
Yeah.
That is, I'll never, I've seen some things in my life, but man, seeing a baby grow up to say things, like, I don't know if you can imagine. Well, you have a dog, so sorry, because I know where I'm going with this. So imagine your dog jumping on your bed, slapping you in the face, and then saying good morning, and just smiling at you. That is the experience I have every morning. The baby either hitting me with an elbow drop onto my neck, or hitting me with a straight foot to my mouth, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on? Looking up, and she's just smiling at me like, good morning, Daddy. I'm like, I can't be mad at this.
Yeah, that's kind of like when Thor jumps into bed and just farts.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's my life with the dog. So,
clearing.
I guess for me, it's kind of it's not the same, but it's similar. My dad also had a big influence in me getting into gaming. My dad was he was pretty cool. He was advanced. He had a Tandy 1000 like computer. Whoa. And he would play Dungeons and Dragons on it. He would play Robotech. He would play Leisure Suite Larry or whatever it is. Like that was the game where he was like, all right, Jay, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
So he had a dedicated office with it, so
that's where I learned about kumquats.
But yeah, man, we originally had an Atari 2600, and even before that, I guess when my dad was a kid, or like as he was like right before he went into boot camp, he got a television. I don't know what the numbers are on that one, but we had both of those, and then I used birthday money to get a Nintendo Entertainment System with Power Pad, and then I became a Sega Genesis guy. I never had a Super Nintendo.
Oh wow!
Like,
that's strange.
That's the original Xbox or PlayStation. It's like, were you a Super Nintendo guy or a Genesis?
So that's the funny thing is, I wanted a Genesis so bad, but my dad got me a Super Nintendo. I was so mad.
It's weird because I had the NES, but like when my cousin Jeremy had the original Sega, not the Genesis, the one before it. And I came up here because my dad was in the Marines, and we lived in North Carolina at the time, but we would come up to Boston for Christmas. And we came up one Christmas, and he was playing a Ghostbusters game and Ghouls and Goblins on the original Sega. And I was like, I need this. I don't want a Nintendo anymore. So when the Genesis came out, I switched to Genesis. And then I went to PlayStation 2 and 3. Oh no, 1, 2.
1. Yeah.
I went to PlayStation 2, and then I was waiting for PlayStation 3, but it was so delayed that I got this huge paycheck, and the 360 had just come out, and I was like, the new Madden's about to come out, and I really want it, but I don't want to get it on PlayStation 2 if I have the money to get it a 360. So I did that. The rest is history.
Wow. So you didn't have the OG Xbox?
It's weird because there's a girl I lived with for like a while. We were together for a while, and she actually did PR on the original Xbox before it even came out. And I knew, all about the Xbox as it was coming out, and I never actually got one. So, like,
that's strange, man.
I mean, I knew Halo was going to be a big thing, and I knew it was like their big, thing. But honestly, at the time, like my evolution as a gamer is interesting because, I played Sonic and Crash Bandicoot and Final Fantasy 4 and 1 and all the Mario Brothers stuff growing up, but like Tecmo Bowl, that was my game on Nintendo. And then Deion Sanders football, and then obviously into Madden and MLB. Like,
and you never tried NFL 2K? Which
I had 2K.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The one with
but just on
Terrell.
PlayStation.
Yeah. I was 2K until Madden got the
the
exclusive.
license.
Yeah. I like 2K. I was even getting the 2K hockey game. Like, I preferred their hockey game over the EA one for a little while, even though like classic like NHL. Like, I mean, I've played since the very first NHL game by EA, but like I felt like 2K's hockey and football game were better.
Way better.
I like the basketball game and baseball game for EA though, so it's weird. Like, because I feel like everybody now is 2K
Flipped.
on basketball. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So, but yeah, I was always a sports gamer, and
wow, that's strange, man.
My brother was more into playing all that stuff, and I was honestly just more into music. And the way our living situation back home was, my parents got divorced, and my mom was basically a single mom, and we were living on the third floor of her father's like triple decker traditional New England style home. There's 3 floors, each floor is its own apartment, and we were on the third floor, and I had a tiny little room which was good enough for a bed and my clothes and a small TV and my game system. But my brother, we gave him the bigger room, and we put the computer desk in there, and he had a bigger TV and stuff like that. So it was kind of both of our room, but mostly his room. And I would always be at the computer, and he would always be playing games, and I'd just sit there and watch him play games. Like, I honestly, like, for me, I just played the sports games, and I just watched him do the other stuff, and that kind of got me interested. And then when we moved to Florida, two of my friends from college moved down, Jake and Dave, and Jake actually started playing Call of Duty 3 on my Xbox 360, and I would just sit there and watch him. I was never interested in shooters until Call of Duty 3, and I would just sit there and watch him and watch him and watch him, and that's kind of where it all started, like as far as shooters and more traditional non-sports gaming, you know, where I started to really get interested in that stuff. So it's kind of weird because, like, I think back, and that's only like 10, 12 years ago, you know? And
yeah, definitely not long ago.
You know, I mean, even if we say 15 years ago, when you consider I'm 39 next month, you know, that's it's long enough ago, but it doesn't feel that long, you know? And it's just interesting how quickly, you know, you can make that transition. So, but yeah, man, like for me, my favorite game of all time, Knights of the Old Republic, and never thought I would have, you know, gone that route. I mean, I love Star Wars, but like I didn't even play it on the original Xbox. I played it backwards compatible on 360.
Oh, wow.
Like many years after it came out, you know?
Wow. So you missed out on a lot of good Xbox games.
I did, yeah.
Like, what was another? If you liked Knights of the Republic, what is the other one by them? It was a Kung Fu one, and that changed. That was like my first. Oh, not my first. My first real forte into RPGs was Final Fantasy VII. That was first tier. Sure. But man, this game, I can't believe I forgot the name, and I'm pretty sure someone's gonna blast me for it. You're able to create a character. You choose a fighting style, like a kung fu style, and you were going throughout like the land, and it was the first like action RPG
for BioWare.
It was from BioWare.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to look it up, but I've been begging for a remake of that, and yeah, and I'm pretty much suck at it because I don't remember the name of it. So that's probably why they haven't remade it yet. He's like, "Oh yeah, you want it? What's the name of it?" I'm like, "Ugh." Okay.
That's funny. Interesting.
But yeah. Oh, and another thing.
Jade Empire.
Jade Empire. Yes. Masterpiece.
Interesting.
But the main thing that kind of baffles me, which was like the main thing with NFL 2K, was the ability to add your own custom music.
Oh, yeah.
That was the fact that you can rip CDs to your Xbox.
Yeah.
I would borrow everybody's CDs, and I had a whole library of music on my Xbox, and I spent hours customizing the perfect stadium music. Because when I get that touchdown on you, oh my goodness. I wanted the perfect music playing. It was to the point where people were like, "Yo, how did you do?" I can't do that on PlayStation. I'm like, hey, you know, it's the Xbox.
Yeah.
And that's when I got my Xbox badge.
We are, I would say, both very pro Xbox.
Yeah.
So, like, I think we are, unfortunately, the minority at this point, I guess. I mean, some of us didn't fall for the shenanigans. But and
it's odd because it's something I had a PlayStation. I had a PS1. I had a PlayStation 2. I even had the PlayStation 2 hard drive. I played Monster Hunter Online beta. I was fully in the PlayStation family. But man, when you just get a touch of greatness upon you, you just have to embrace it and run with it, and that's what Xbox did.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way.
Yeah, the ecosystem. I'm not going to preach too much right here. You know, I'm not on pulpit right now, but the ecosystem that was built by Microsoft and where they're at today is just too great to be ignored. PlayStation's cool, but I haven't touched it since the last DLC for Spider-Man. Sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate PlayStation 4 and all that good stuff, and I definitely feel like Microsoft is where they are because of their own arrogance. You know, but I do truly believe that the Xbox One is the better console, personally. I mean, yeah, PlayStation's got some great games. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's nearly as drastic as people make it out to be, though. Like, because honestly, there's a lot of these games I just don't like. I mean, there's no two ways around it. Like, I mean, I do not understand the appeal of Uncharted. I mean, it's
it seems like it's an action adventure game. It's Tomb Raider. I enjoy it. You know, it has set pieces, but man, you cannot say that is the main reason for me to go buy a PlayStation.
I mean, it's Tomb Raider for people that don't want to look at a pretty girl.
Right.
I mean,
I just want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It look, I understand that it's like very great graphics. I mean, that it definitely has. But man, Naughty Dog games are like the worst shooters. Like the action. Like I'll say this: Borderlands 3. There's a couple guns that I've got that make me feel like this is the best gun I've ever shot in a video game. Like there's a couple of the who makes them? I want to say they're I don't remember the manufacturer. I want to say it was Dahl. There's a couple of their like SMGs, shockingly, that feel more like assault rifles, but like the actual precision accuracy is just on another level. You know, it feels so good to shoot with that gun. And like when I shoot, maybe it's, I think there are people that have said, well, Jay, you're just not a third person shooter guy. And that may be the case because like I do struggle a lot with Fortnite. One of the things I hate the most about Fortnite is when like you've got somebody dead to rights, but your own character gets in the way of your vision of shooting them. And that's something that I can't reconcile. Like it's one of the reasons that pushes me away so much is like, I've got you, I can't see you.
Right.
You know? Like, so maybe that's it. Maybe it's just third person shooters aren't my thing, but that's like a huge issue for me with both Last of Us and Uncharted. Like any of the Naughty Dog shooters, I don't enjoy them. And
even what was that other one? There was another one. I don't know if you played that one.
Which one?
Horizon something.
I liked that though. I didn't finish it, but I actually really liked that game. That's probably one of the PlayStation exclusives I liked the most.
Wow.
And I actually do kind of want to go back but also it kind of just felt like a little derivative too. And I don't know that it's its fault, but like it just felt like, all right, this is kind of Skyrim with a different skin on it, you know?
Right.
And I just, and that's not necessarily its fault. I mean, I'm sure it was well in development at that point, but I mean, I don't know, like it's not that different, all things considered. And it's funny, like I started as a Nintendo guy and now I'm not. Like I have a Switch, and if it weren't for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I probably would have like no hours on it. Like it's so weird. But I understand. When the Switch first came out, I thought it was dumb, and now that I have one, I do appreciate it more. Now that I've like traveled a little bit and I can just take it with me.
Yes. And I think that's what kind of made me appreciate it more was the fact once I started having to commute a little bit. But yeah, it's just it's great for mobile stuff. It's better than having your phone out. But it's cool. I really enjoy it in that sense. Maybe I'll probably enjoy it more once the kid is a little bit older. I tried playing some games with the wifey. I had like Donkey Kong and I have Super Smash, but I get smashed with Super Smash on a regular basis, so I don't play that as often. But it doesn't have. I haven't had a on the Switch that made me say, okay, I'm gonna walk away for the Xbox for a couple hours to play on the Switch. It's more been like a convenience. Like I'm on the plane, I'm waiting to get somewhere. I'm at work in the office, and it's some dead time, or
Ultimate Alliance. I thought was gonna be that game, but it's like such a. I don't know. I think it's a mess because if that game was as fun when you were just playing by yourself as it is when you're playing with other people. I would definitely be all 100% on board with it, but like the AI in that game is just so bad, and it makes the experience of playing by yourself so miserable. Like it's just night and day. And even if because obviously there's I guess maybe there is voice communication on Switch, but you have to go through like
barely. Yeah, you have the app and
like it's stupid. But like even if you weren't using voice communication, it's a million times better just to pick up 3 randoms and do your quests, because I don't know, the just the way they designed it is stupid. So, but that I think we can talk about difficulty and stuff like that in a future episode, because I think we could probably both go pretty deep into that, because I don't think you're I think you're a fellow easy moder.
Yeah. I'll definitely go through a story on easy and then
ramp up,
or even go into multiplayer and then go into easy story mode.
Yeah, I feel like we can get a whole episode out of that. But yeah, man, I think other than that, like, there's a lot of great. We're getting into that point in the year where like all the good stuff starts coming out. Today, I think, is the remake of Link's Awakening.
Yes, that just dropped. I think IGN just gave them like a 2, or it was like a near perfect score.
Of course. I feel like all Nintendo like original IPs start at like a 2.0 and then work their way up from there, like just because Nintendo's on the name. But
easy mode.
Yeah. So, but Borderlands 3 came out last week, and let me just tell you, I need you to finish whatever you're doing and get on that, because man, it is amazing. It's a great game. The story is not my favorite, not the direction I would have necessarily gone, but it's still pretty powerful story. I mean, it's fun. The Calypso twins are streamers, so it feels very fresh and very current. Okay. And a lot of people thought it would be stupid, but I don't think it is at all.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like Tyrene is one of the 2 sisters. The sister, there's a sister and a brother, and she signs off all of her little rants with like, subscribe, and obey. So something like that, yeah. But it was a really cool story. I didn't like some of I mean, it is what it is. I don't want to like do spoilers or anything, but
and that's the crazy thing is, I'm really looking forward to just so many games, and I've been kind of catching up on, and I just don't know who should I play with. Like, my play style, I like kind of being like the support role, just kind of being able to kind of, I don't say just buff everybody around me, but just being able to be like, oh, okay, hey, we need Krome for this one.
You played the first 2, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you were rolling in the first one?
I was. How did you know?
I don't know. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I don't know. Guy.
Yeah. But he's the whatchamacallits.
Yeah, the turrets. But he's also like probably, I don't know. There are 3 characters that people played in the first one. Nobody plays Brick. I mean, everybody's either Mordecai, Lilith, or Roland, and you just seem like a Roland guy. I'm assuming that you were Axton in the second one?
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Who are you?
I don't know, somebody that played the game with you?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And I was Axton as well. I was Mordecai in the first one, primary, and then Axton in the second one. So this one I'm Flack. Flack is the absolute perfect in-between of Roland and Mordecai.
Okay.
Like, first of all, he has a beast. He's a beast master. That's his role.
Right. He was able to spawn like the skags and stuff like that.
I think he has a spider ant and some kind of a new animal. I use the spider ant the most. But it's always out with you. It never, unless it dies, it never goes away. So that's cool. But then he also has like, he calls them pocket racks, where he like literally will pull racks out of his pocket and throw them like Mordecai. And it's awesome. What? And the spider ant like shoots like acid and stuff, so it's almost like a turret. And the spider ant will go very far away from you to attack people too. So, and there's I don't remember what the name of the other creature that he has is, because I didn't really use it that much, but I think everybody uses that one and not the spider ant. But like, I feel like Flack is. I've only played 3 of the characters. I played a little bit of Mose, who's a gunner, and she has like a mech. And Zane, who he can have like a decoy, and he has like a little turret that'll fly around with him.
Oh yeah, shenanigans.
Yeah, so like I feel like I did not like feel anywhere near as powerful as I do with Flak, and I feel like Flak is probably going to be your character, but if not, maybe Zane. I don't know. Moze I thought I was going to like, but I didn't end up liking as much. But I didn't get very far with either one of them. I've never been a Siren person. And maybe, I don't know, I've never really been like the type that loves playing as female characters. And I know that sounds weird, but like it's just different. I don't know, like it's weird for me because I'm a guy and I like my character to be a guy. You know, I guess it's one of the reasons why I understand the whole representation thing, you know, like I like to represent myself as when I can, you know, and I guess Flak is a robot, so it's different, but yeah, typically I'm gonna be a male character. I know there are actually people, some of my friends, that when they create their character, they actually create them as a female because they'd rather look at a female character on the screen all the time, and I guess that makes sense. I know someone in GTA and what's the other one I'm playing? Red Dead. That does the same thing. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. What about 2K? Are you in WNBA? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But, like, for me, you know, like anybody else, I like to make a character that looks like me and feels like me. So that's kind of like probably why I never really played the Siren. But, yeah, this game is very Siren-centric, we'll say. And you'll understand when you play through the story. But, I mean, that's what I've been... Between Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 and that, I did just get Lego Jurassic World on the Switch, so I definitely want to shout out WB Games for sending that my way. And I probably should be just investing all my time in that, but I have not been. So, yeah. But I will be soon, and I guess I'm gonna... I have not had any success with Nintendo games other than Marvel, so I'll probably just wait for Link's Awakening. I never played it originally, and it looks like it's awesome. So I do kind of want to play it. Yeah, it looks great for a remaster. It looks real great. Yeah, and I do want to kind of do that at some point, but I think I'll wait for it to go on a little bit of a discount, I guess. Yeah, and that's how I kind of handle all my PlayStation. And I've seen you a lot on like GTA and Red Dead. Why is GTA going stronger than ever? 2 generations. Like it boggles my mind. Like that came out in like 2011, right? You know what's really weird is Google Photos, it shows you on this day and what. Yeah. On my Google Photos earlier this week, it showed a picture of me waiting in line to purchase my pre-order, to pick up my pre-order for GTA special edition that came with the lot box. And it came with the collector's edition stuff and all that stuff. And this was like 8 years ago. Xbox 360. Yeah, like I got it when it got re-released on Xbox One, but I honestly did not get far into it because I beat the story, and maybe I don't understand Grand Theft Online. And I think that's the issue. The issue was I beat the story touched the story on Xbox. I'm still only have Lamar unlocked. That's it. Yeah, I don't touch the story. I just go to Xbox straight to online. It doesn't even boot up the story anymore. And I just do, like, I don't know. There's something about grinding. I don't know, but this the grind, and I guess it kind of comes back to your free to play stuff. Right. Is that I try my best not to put any money into GTA Online. I bought this game twice already. I'm not putting any money into the game, but they constantly just put out good content where it's like, man, there's more stuff to do. So then you get into the grind of making money in GTA Online so that you don't have to put money into the game. And the grind can be tiresome, but it's a fun grind. And then something comes out that costs millions. Yikes. Well, hey, man, this is good content, and I want to support what they're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and throw $20 into the game to keep it going. And that's what everyone's been doing. And that's how the game's been going strong and will probably be around for years to come. Like this casino DLC that I hate calling it DLC, but the casino update that they just did. Yeah. I would think it's just a casino, but man, it got me betting, and I have a gambling. Like it's all crazy stuff and new activities. It's just refresher. Like it is the first legit, I guess, MMO experience on the consoles. I guess you could say it's fun. It's really fun. Interesting.
Yeah, and Red Dead Online and kind of took that kind of formula that they had with GTA Online now and implemented roles. And now you can be a trader, you can be a bounty hunter, you can be a collector. So there's now more stuff to grind. That whole grind sensation of upgrading your business. Now with the trader, you can hunt, and then your homie at the camp will go ahead and he will develop all of the animal carcasses and skins into materials for you to go sell. The more you bring him, the more he can develop. You can upgrade like the wagon so you can sell more. You can eventually upgrade and buy a hunting wagon. If you're a bounty hunter, you can get a bounty wagon, and you can. It's just so cool. It's cool stuff, and and it's really a huge improvement over what they had initially. And I keep forgetting, man, GTA Online when it first came out was GTA Online Beta, and the same thing with Red Dead Online. Red Dead Online Beta. It was just trash when it first came out, but now they're fine-tuning. It's evolving, and that's what I love about gaming. Playing games that evolve.
Yeah, man, I feel you there. Well, let me just tell you, life with dogs when you're trying to be
unpredictable.
Yeah, like I've got like Jigs barks at literally anything, any little noise he thinks he hears, he just barks nonstop. So that just shows up in videos all the time. So it's great. I love it. GTA, not GTA. Red Dead, man. I did not enjoy that game. And I love the first one.
Never beat the story either.
Wow. So that's just what it is, you know? It's like the online... man, I keep thinking to myself, and I thought about it all summer as I watched you play it. I'm like, I gotta just jump on GTA and figure it out. Like, videos are doing well, and it's just...
Yeah. It's the only thing is that with any game like that, you run into, and griefers are unfortunately supported in the game because it's an in-game mechanic, I guess you would say. It's like, oh, hey, you will be rewarded for destroying this person's $1.5 million shipment that he spent 2 weeks getting all the cargo for, spending hours and hours for you to just come in and blow it up, and you will be rewarded with $2,000. So it's like, man, why would you reward them $2,000 for blowing up my $1.5 million shipment?
Yeah.
But they will do it because, hey, it's part of the game. It's part of the game, guy. Sorry. I'm like, well, I understand that, but you don't have to be a jerk. I'm not looking to destroy people's stuff. Kind of the same mechanic with like the Division in the Dark Zone. It's like, except with the Dark Zone, if they kill you, they get your stuff and then they can extract it. But I'm here like, man, I have nothing. Why would you do this? Let's all work together. Come on, man. Just peace and love. But yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I think that does not appeal to me whatsoever. Like the thought of losing all your hard work because somebody is a jerk with a bigger gun,
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even a bigger gun. You just to where someone innocently can just take advantage of you.
Yeah. My dogs are absolutely going nuts upstairs. I don't know if you can hear it, but
yeah.
I don't understand. Like, there's probably like a squirrel like flipping them off in the yard. Like, it's like I don't understand. Like, these dogs are just annoying. It's distracting. I'm glad I'm wearing headphones because I can almost not hear it. But I guess I have to go figure out what's going on, and we've got a pretty good first episode in. I think. I mean, how do you?
Yeah, definitely.
I think this is something I know I'm excited about it, and I'm like so thrilled to be working with you again because it's cool. Like we've known each other for like 12 years now. I think
it's been a minute.
It's pretty crazy to think about that. We've known each other as long as we have. Actually met once in person, which is even,
one time.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we had more time. I wish it was under better circumstances, but like we'll get there. I mean, it's just funny how like
a trip to Boston is definitely in order eventually.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, DC too. Like we like to travel, and this year we just had the fortune to go to the West Coast, fairly cost effectively. So we did that, but we still got to get the Nationals park in and the Braves park in. So it'll happen. I mean, I don't know if you'll be there anymore, but
well, who knows? If anywhere, I'll be on the West.
Yeah. So, but we would like to leave you guys, and I kind of sprung this on Krome, so I don't know if he's ready, but we're gonna leave you guys with a song, because music is very important to both of us. You know,
Definitely.
DJ Krome.
Your baby mama's favorite DJ.
Exactly. But yeah. So what do you got? What do you think people should listen to?
So I like taking it back. One of the songs that I've been listening to, especially in Red Dead, I have a little Red Dead specific playlist because for some reason still they have not fixed the soundtrack for Red Dead. They got me traveling on a horse for 10 minutes across that land, and all you have is just the ambient sounds of crickets and horses yawn. Anyway, song by The Alchemist by the name of Bulletproof Wallets, because I'm constantly getting shot at and my wallets are bulletproof. It will just bounce off. You are not taking my money. You are not stealing my supplies. I will shoot you with my revolver in your forehead. Enjoy the song.
Nice. For me, my favorite band of all time is a band called Seven Dust, and I've seen them live 30 times. And my favorite song by them is on their second album. I can literally remember where I was the first time I heard it. And it was driving through a toll booth on my way to Boston. And it's a song called Denial, my favorite Seven Dust song of all time. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. Let us know what you guys think of our first episode. We are going to get it on all of the podcasting platforms. The first time you hear it may be on my YouTube channel. And thank you, Krome. Where can they find you on Twitter?
Oh boy, you can find me on Twitter at Google Krome, Krome, your boy. You can also find me on Instagram at JayKrome. You can also find me on Mixer, DJ Krome. I'm probably on Twitch too at DJ Krome. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I love to talk to people on Twitter. Send me memes, and yeah, where can they find you?
JayShockblast, literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
All right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure, and hope you guys enjoyed.
Yep. Have a good one, y'all.
We'll see ya.